Hey, what's up, guys? Tony here, and welcome to MLB 13, and this is Scott McLean's Road to the Show, and this is the fourth time that I've done a Road to the Show with Scott McLean. It's kind of crazy. So I started out with 2010, 11, last year 12, and now 13. And so as you can see, I decided to enter the draft, and we got drafted by the Angels. And I'll be playing shortstop, and we'll see how long it takes us to get to the show from here. So the first thing I actually want to talk about is my impressions of 13, because I was under the sort of the belief that nothing much had changed from 12 to 13, because we saw subtle changes from, well, 10 to 11 and 11 to 12, and 13 now. What I've noticed, and I really do like what they've done here, is they've taken the broadcast element out of it, and even before that, when you're creating your character, there's far more customization, and you can make your character as close to you as you can right now. I mean, maybe in future games there's going to be even more customization, but they've laid the groundwork for some really cool things. Like, for instance, you can change whether or not you want to finish with one hand or two hand. Although I picked a swing initially that I thought was gonna, basically testing it out. I picked a swing that showed, the person following through with one hand, and I switched to two hands, and it didn't really work that well. So I actually just decided to go back and, pick a player that I knew was a two-handed finisher, and I did that. I mean, you could adjust. There's so many different like home run celebrations. There's ways that you can walk up to the plate. There's take a strike, after you take a strike action. There's after you swing and miss animations. So there's a lot of cool things that just make it more you. I mean, minus being able to like actually put your face on there and get if you've got a complicated name like my last name, there's never been a major leaguer with my last name. So you can't get it in there. I mean, I can get my first name, but not my last name in there. So anyways, to get your name in there would be awesome. To get you like as you are as a person would be even better. But this is the closest you can get to it. I really like the the character creation, I should say, in this game. It's actually really cool. And so it's sort of, for me, it's the first thing that you do, and you're like, okay, this is pretty cool. I can see what's going on here. And of course, it has the same Road to the Show beginning where instead of picking points, you actually have the slider. You want strength or speed. You want, or contact or power. Strength or speed, and glove work or arm strength. And so I did my best to balance those out how I want them. And like I said in the video before, what I really want as Scott McLean this time, because every other Scott McLean has been like a power hitter. He's been just a big-time power hitter that's never really been that fast, never really been that agile, never really been the best fielder. It's always been about the stick. And so what I want to do with this version is create a Scott McLean that I've never created before. So I made a faster, less powerful character, and so far it's been a big pain in the ass. I'm used to hitting bombs. I'm used to hitting, rocket shots and line drives. And when you start hitting dribblers constantly, you're just going, oh man, that sucks. The other change that they made, which I really like, is that when they show you the depth chart, you can look at the depth chart. You can see what players are above you. What it actually tells you, instead of just the little line that's there that you got to kind of look at it, be like, oh, well, I'm like almost to what that guy's character level is. They actually have the 0 to 99 scale on their name, so you can look and be like, okay, the top guy's a 95, the guy at AAA is 75, I'm 45 or 55 or whatever. And so you can track your progress, and you can get an idea about when you're going to get promoted, because basically the team is going to want the best player in the organization at whatever level. So if your level, say your player's overall stats are up to like 65, and say you're a shortstop and the AAA shortstop's a 55 or 60 or whatever, you're better than him. So the likelihood that you're going to get promoted and he's going to get demoted are higher. So it's really cool to see that. Now you can actually judge about when you're going to get to the show, because right now it's sort of a crapshoot. It just sort of happens and you don't know why. I mean, there's a lot of different theories as to why you get to the show, or why you're stuck in AAA, or why you're stuck in AA for 2 seasons and not moving up like everyone else. So there's a lot of those, the mystery starting to be taken out of it. This is the randomness of it, which is cool. It's nice. So that's awesome. What they've also done is they've changed the broadcast. So no longer are you doing the broadcast. You don't hear the broadcast anymore. You hear player sounds. You hear coaches. You hear, players calling things out like cut 3, cut 2, cut hold. Coaches like round it hard, stop right here. So you've got this more on the field sort of experience than having, Matt Vasgersian in the background commentating the whole thing, which I kind of missed at first. I really missed that because he's a really good color guy, and I'm just a little biased because he used to be the Padres color guy before he went to MLB TV. But the point is, though, is that I like the change. At first, I was kind of like, well, I kind of miss Matty and the gang, but now I really like it. You hear the sound effects, you can hear, everything. It's really cool, and I like what they did. And you can actually do a traditional road to the show where you can skip certain aspects of the game. So they show you like how the game's going on. You can see that as it's playing out. You see like what's going on. The runs are scoring. You can actually jump into the game, which I did a couple times. You jump into the game and you just watch it pitch by pitch by pitch. And it gives you the sense that like, well, the ball might come to me, so I got to be ready. When you go to the fielding opportunity, the ball's going to be hit to you. But when you watch the game pitch by pitch, you're actually, to a certain extent, you're more into the game than when you get brought into the game because you're anticipating like, oh, this could come to me. Nope. Okay, it doesn't. Okay, next pitch. And it's really interesting because it's like real life. You're like, oh, this is gonna. Oh no. Okay. No, it's not, it didn't come this time. But I gotta get ready for the next one because it might come to me and I don't know where it's gonna go. So I really like that aspect of it. Now I don't do that for a lot, and I probably won't do it a lot just because. Baseball games usually take 2.5 to 3 hours, and I can only imagine what it'd be like to sit through a whole game of MLB 13 pitch by pitch by pitch. It just kind of wears on. It might take an hour, it might take 2 hours, which I hope not. If someone's already sat through a whole game just like doing that and not skipping through to whenever your player's up, I want to know. I want to know how long it takes. Maybe it's like 35 minutes, maybe 45 to an hour. I'd say about 45 to an hour. But I like that aspect of it. It's really cool. And then the other aspect, which is really cool, is the ability to watch the ball travel while it's in flight. That's something that's a little new. I haven't seen it before. It gets kind of annoying, but what the actual, I mean, that's cool. But the cool feature is you can hold, I believe it's L2, and it'll show you like an overhead view of the diamond, and you can make your decision whether or not to run or not based upon that, because there were a couple times where you hit the ball really high and your character is just kind of watching that ball, and you can't see where the fielders are going, you can't see if it's going to drop in, so it gets a little difficult in that regard. But it's still super cool to be able to see just a different perspective, and the home run celebrations are actually pretty cool. So the aspects of the game, I really like this game. I'm going to probably check out the franchise mode really quick here in the next, I don't know, 4 or 5 days or something like that. I've got a lot of other things on my plate right now. But right now, Road to the Show is really, really fun. And I really enjoy it. But I want to cut that off and I want to change topics because we all know last season I had a problem keeping up with MLB. I did too much. That was pretty much what happened. I did way too much. I had 3 characters going on at the same time. And I had a franchise mode that I was trying to do at the same time. So I was trying to bring a lot of content, and it was taking up a lot of my time. And at the same time, I was trying to keep up with Battlefield and Gran Turismo, and I mean I had a lot of other games that I was trying to keep up on, and it just got to be too much. And so, for whatever reason, and even my own baseball watching in real life, it just fell off the table. It just didn't do much with baseball last season, unfortunately, up to like maybe the last half of last season. Then I started really paying attention. I think I kind of mentally checked out because the Padres just kind of until the All-Star break, as they always seem to do. They come out of the All-Star break just really good for whatever reason. So as the second half of the season, that's where I sort of picked up momentum for me again. But this year, what I want to try to do, and this is what I want to run by you guys, I want to try to start streaming MLB 13, and I want to try to start doing it on Monday nights, maybe for a couple of hours. If you guys are interested, I'll put my Twitch username, the link to the Twitch account will be in there at the bottom. I've never streamed anything before, ever. I did some practice streams. I'm trying to work out the details. I'm trying to get this thing working, so hopefully in this next week I can get it up and running. And really what this is for me is it'll force me to play the game every week for at least a couple of hours, and it'll allow me an opportunity to interact with you guys, talk baseball, talk whatever, we could talk about whatever. We could talk about the game. I could give advice. We could talk about sports, like I said, baseball. We could just generally hang out. That's kind of what it is. I mean, that's pretty much what streaming seems to be now. It's sort of this big group hangout where people can talk, interact via chat, of course, if you're watching it. But it's something that I really want to do, and from what I understand, there's not a lot of people streaming MLB 13 or just MLB. Mostly it's like COD, Battlefield, StarCraft, Minecraft, all the other crafts and everything but sports stuff. So I thought it'd be interesting. So if you guys are interested, let me know in the comment section, and I'll work out the details. I'm trying to get it done. I tried to work on it this weekend, and it really I just couldn't get it done as much as I wanted to. I got some things done, but it's still like the details are trying to be worked out because it's not working exactly like I wanted to. So as great as this new PC is, I'm running into problems with it. So anyways, guys, I'm running longer than I actually wanted to go, but let me know how you guys are enjoying MLB 13. And if you guys have any problems or questions, go ahead and throw them in the comment section, or you can send them to me on Twitter or through a private message on YouTube. And I can address them in the next video, especially if it's gameplay related, like, hey, I don't understand how to do this, I don't understand this or that, or, what's the best route to the show, which is a very broad question in itself. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I'll talk to you guys later.